Creating things with your Cricut never goes according to plan, and in this vlog style video, come along with me as I get ready for a live stream, do some fun tasks, and make fun Christmas cards using my Cricut, Silhouette, Print and Cut, Stencils, and so much more. Watch me fail, succeed, forget things, and just have a lot of fun. My name is Kelly Rossouw, and let's get clacking. Good morning, happy Tuesday. Well, it is now, hey, it's cowboy time, 10 to 10 to 10 to 10 to, anyway. I have a members live stream this evening and I need to prep for it. So what we're going to be doing in this members live stream is creating a card. Now I'm going to be using Print and Cut, and I might actually even use my brand new Cricut Joy to be able to do this Print and Cut project. Now, what I need to do, and I'm actually very excited about it, my sister-in-law asked me to make a card for her Secret Santa. I've gotten very limited information, which is kind of best because then I have a direction in which to go in and she kind of knows, give me general guidelines and then kind of let me do my thing. But I've just had an amazing idea. I was browsing through Facebook this morning, and you're actually the first person that I've spoken to, other than my dog, today, verbally. But I've had this amazing idea that I want to, and I'm actually going to P&A, well, in the vicinity of P&A, so I can buy more stencil thingies, which I'm going to need. I was getting back to the original story. This is what it's like to live in my head. I was, on Facebook. I was looking through and I saw a post from a friend of mine who was using the Simon Hurley stamping foam. And then that kind of put me down a little bit of a rabbit hole. And then I saw his Luna paste. I think it's the Luna paste that I have. And I was like, hey, maybe I should actually use that on the card because I never get to use it. I bought it and I love it, but I never get to use it because I just don't do projects with it. And I've only got 6. Oh, I do have the pink one. Fantastic. So this is what it is. A texture paste, and it works amazingly with stencils. And I said to my sister-in-law that I was going to do, well, I said to my channel members actually, because she didn't give me any direction on where she wanted the card to go. So I said to my channel members that, we're going to play around with some fun things. So I think I'm actually going to use this, and I'm not, do I want to pack it away? My room is an absolute bomb zone. As you can see, there's just like stuff everywhere from recent projects. Life is a bit of a nightmare at the moment, in a good way, And we're jumping ahead in time just a little bit because I forgot to give a shout out to today's cup of coffee sponsor. Today's cup of coffee sponsor is thanks to Phil. Now Phil comes from Perth in Western Australia and says, "Thanks Kelly for your YouTube channel. It has been a great help for me as I begin this journey into sticker making and vinyl cutting. Your little tips and tricks so far have been great." Well, thank you so much, Phil. I'm so glad that you appreciate all the tips and tricks that I like to throw in my videos because I find that those are the kinds of things that really help you round out a project and learn skills that you're going to transfer into other projects that you're going to do in the future. If you would like a chance to be the next cup of coffee sponsor in one of these videos, you can buy me a coffee. And who knows, maybe you'll be the lucky shout out in the next video. Well, let's get back to making these fun cards. Okay, so that's just packed away in my drawers just next to me for now. But what I'm going to do then is I'm going to create a stencil for this project so that I can use the texture paste. And I kind of thought that maybe I'll take you along with me because this is quite a fun process to like make a stencil and combine a whole bunch of different things into the project to be able to create a card. Now I'm going to be using Print and Cut for the card as well, so I'm going to create the stencil. I'm just going to use some pictures for silhouettes as just a background for like the texture, and then the Print and Cut elements I'm going to have, and then I'm going to make a little title type thingy for it, and then I'm going to write on the inside of the card as well. So it's quite a long convoluted process, but I really enjoy it, and I've got lots of things that I never use in my craft room. That's kind of one of the things that really bother me about all of these fun things that I have in my room. I've got so many amazing tools and materials, and like you can see in the, oh wow, you guys are like super wonky, that you can see in the background here that I just never get around to using because the videos that I make, I'm always just like showing you how to do a thing, which totally fine, but I want to kind of start branching out into a little bit more crafting related content with the Cricut. So showing you just the kinds of things that you can actually make with the Cricut, which my channel members know because we do a lot of fun projects with our members' lives and things like that. And maybe I should start doing a few more live streams, public live streams, where we just craft together and make fun things. I think it would help me creatively as well as mentally to be able to do a lot of fun projects and things like that with my Cricut, like making cards, because I've done a card video on it, and I'll show you the video up here, but I don't use it all that much, and I feel like I've, you know, grown in my skills and things like that so that I can actually do those kinds of things. Anyway, enough yapping. What I'm going to do is I'm going to browse around on Creative Fabrica and find some elements, and I'm going to then combine them in Silhouette Studio to create a stencil, and then buy some more frosted sheet from P&A because I don't have any, or I don't think I have it. And I like to use the frosted sheet or like a thick mylar or something because it adds a little bit of height to the project as opposed to like the acetate. It's very thin, so you don't get as nice a texture on the project. So we're going to cut the stencil and make sure that we have all of the other elements that I need for the project, and then I'll make the project in the live stream, which is quite exciting. And then I'll show you guys what I did as well. So I'll give you a little brief synopsis of what I did, but if you want to watch the full live stream, you will be able to join the channel members down below. And I mean, this is obviously in the future now, but you will be able, it'll already be live by the time you see this, because I won't be able to edit this until afterwards anyway. So let's get working on the stencil. For those of you that think that Cricut Design Space is the only one that crashes all the time, that's not true. We reinstalled my computer over the weekend and I had to re-download all of the programs. So I downloaded the latest version of Silhouette Studio and it's crashed now 3 times in a row. At least with Silhouette Studio you can use an older version of the software, but for those of you thinking that everything is perfect on the Silhouette side and everything is, you know, awful on the Cricut side, just know that both versions of the software, I mean, as robust and amazing as Silhouette Studio is, there are still problems with that software as well. The grass is not necessarily perfect on the other side, although it is a lot easier to use an older version that is more stable with Silhouette Studio, which you can't do with Cricut Design Space. So just thought I'd leave this in there. I was playing around with some other ideas, which you can't see because it's overexposed, in Silhouette Studio, but I'm not sure if I like that, so I think I'm just going to keep it to that. And I actually need to go and get ready because I'm meeting some friends for lunch, and then I'm going to go to P&A and get the things that we need. I think I should have the paper that we can print on. I need to get the stencil. I don't want to make it too busy, so I don't want to add too much to the card, but I mean, it might be nice to add a few fun things onto it. Okay, so I'm all ready to go out, and this says, "Don't steal my Christmas vibe." We have summer over Christmas time here in South Africa, so I don't get to wear my ugly sweater, and it's like marginally cold today. So I'm gonna wear it because the days of being able to wear this kind of stuff in South Africa around Christmas time are very limited, so I'm gonna take full advantage. Am I gonna probably regret it later? Yes, you know, temperature wise, because I'm gonna get hot and I'm going to be like want to die, but I think today is probably the best day to wear something like this. But while I wait for my friends to let me know that they're ready for me to come through, I am actually going to clean up this mess because I need to be able to craft here later in a few hours, and well, I can't craft with my room looking like this. So let's do a quick cleanup.
I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside.
Last year, when I was here, I tripped off this little sidewalk and hurt my ankle. So I'm not doing that again. The Christmas market is up. Ooh. Gonna go check it out later.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times.
Okay, so P&A was closed because they're busy relocating. Joy. I think I should have one on my shelf, maybe that'll fit the size. So I need to see that and cut that stencil ahead of time because it's quite an intricate stencil, so it's going to take quite a while to cut. I mean, when I cut my stencil, I do mine on 4 passes, so it takes a while. Obviously, if you are cutting your own stencils, make sure that you do test cuts and things like that, because each plastic material is different. It takes a while to get the right cut setting. But I also want to decorate my room a little bit. I've got some Christmas decor here that I'd like to put up. And then I want to prep everything for the live as well. So to make sure that I have the paper that I need that's cut ready. Make sure that I have the materials, the blending brushes. I am going to need my embossing tools so that I can dry the texture paste. And all of those kind of little things I like to prepare ahead of time so that when I'm crafting, everything is kind of within arm's reach. But I can easily grab it so that the experience is a lot better for you guys. And it's not a case of me getting up and walking across my room all the time to go and look for something. The things that are a little bit further away from this craft station, I like to make sure that I prep those ahead of time, get the cards out, get anything that I think that I might need. There's going to be something that I'm going to forget about during the stream, but the more that I can assemble ahead of time, the better. Also, I did get very hot, so I had to take off my Christmas jacket thingy. It's probably going to be cold later, so I'll probably end up putting it on for the stream. Let's see, because I really enjoy wearing it. I also need to shower and wash my hair because it looks gross, and figure out what I want to do for dinner as well. But I think that for now, while I do the Christmas decorations, I'm going to put on Jennifer Maker's new like vlog type video on her second channel. I absolutely love watching the vlog style videos. And maybe that's why I'm leaning more in towards making them myself, because I actually enjoy watching those more than like a tutorial kind of video. So I'm going to put it up on my TV, which is right there, while I decorate the room and you guys can watch, and then we can, you know, get into the Christmas spirit together.
Chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas.
I love those videos so much. She was actually talking about how to create a cozy craft space, which I find hilarious. I did not plan on doing this at the same time, but we were basically creating our cozy craft space together. And for the last 2 years, I've put these baubles up on my tree, my little craft room tree, without a little twine. So I'm actually going to be doing that for the next, I don't know, I cut them a little bit too short, but it's fine. But I would urge you to go and watch her videos, especially on the Maker Farms. I'll leave the link down in the description below to the video that I watched, obviously, and then to her channel as well. It's raining! Which may seem like normal to you, but in South Africa it's summer, so, I mean, I think I told you earlier, it's summer at the moment, so to have the rain come through is awesome. Anyway, I love her vlog style videos, and I'm gonna take a break, leave a comment on her video, commenting on a couple of things that she mentioned, because leaving comments on videos really helps the video do well, and it also helps them to get to know you. So like when you guys leave comments and you tell me your stories about projects that you made, struggles that you've had. You know, it really, really brightens my day to know the kinds of things that you go through with the projects, because I create them and I'm sitting in my little tiny room by myself all day, very isolated. It gets a little bit lonely sometimes, and when those comments come through, it brightens my day completely. So I'm going to go into her comment section and leave her a comment, because, you know, even though we are, I would, competitors in the space, I don't believe in that at all. I don't believe in that in any way, because the most growth that I have ever experienced in my business is from collaborations, working together with people in my space. And I believe that the only way that we are ever going to get better, any of us, in anything, is by working together. So I'm going to help her increase her reach and just leave one little comment and one little like on her video, build her up a little bit more. Maybe one day I'll get to meet her. Hopefully, that would be amazing. But anyway, let's get back to work. Tell me you have a clingy pet without telling me that you have a clingy pet. Me? He's so cute. Now it's time to make the stencil. Even though I couldn't go to P&A to get more frosted sheets, I have one, get off, one sheet left. It's not all that great because it's got some marks on it, but beggars can't be choosers. So I'm going to load this in. I always cut them on my strong grip mat because I find that the pieces end up lifting up and then ends up messing up my stencil. So I probably should clean this mat as well. It's looking rather dirty. I'll give it a little quick clean. Okay, that was weird. For some reason it just didn't cut 3 of the pieces. Maybe something got stuck underneath it, but I mean, for it to not have cut 3 of the pieces completely is very strange. Anyway, so like you saw, I kind of hand cut them and they don't look great, but I think that's also in the middle, so I can cover that up by a little piece of thingy, which I was planning on doing anyway, but I'm still very confused as to why I did that. But these projects sometimes do that. I should have checked it properly before I pulled it off the mat, but you also don't expect that kind of thing to happen. But anyway, so I've got all my stuff out, as you can't really see because it's all right underneath you, but it's all here. And I've just ordered supper. My husband's going to pick it up on the way home, so I'll be able to eat. So I might go and jump in the shower now quickly and get showered before he gets home. And then I need to make sure that I can go live okay, because I reinstalled my computer on Monday, well, yesterday. Well, my husband did it on Sunday, and I had to like reinstall all my programs and set everything up again yesterday, which took almost the entire day. And I want to make sure that everything is ready and working, because I don't want to have to like stress 5 minutes before the live. Oh no, now I need to reinstall, which I actually need to reinstall my Canon drivers, which I haven't done. I think, yeah, it's just, there's a lot of things to consider and a lot of things to do. And that's pretty much been the struggle for the last 2 days, is reinstalling everything and making sure that all of the program, because I use a ridiculous amount of programs to run this little small business. But Anyway, so I've got to do that quickly. I've got an hour and a half before the live, and I also kind of want to just maybe see if I can make a few things beforehand just to familiarize myself again. It's been a while since I've used these lunar pastes, and I want to just, I mean, it's not rocket science, luckily, so, but I want to make sure that I have everything that I need for the live so I don't have to run out of the room to go and fetch something. And yeah, so I'll probably show you the end product in a moment, but we've got the stencil cut. I've got this thing because once you put the stencil, the thing on the stencil, you kind of scrape it off using this. As you can see, there's some lunar paste at the back there. It dries on it. You can scrape it off, but I have so many Cricut machines, you guys. Like that's normally an empty space, but now there's an Explore there. I need to get those shelves. I want to get beautiful pipe shelves in my room right where you are now, but it's going to be like 3,000 Rand, which is $500. Is it? No? $150. Wow, my brain went in completely the other direction. Yeah, it's going to be about $150 or so. So I might need to save up for that. I'm hoping they're going to have a Black Friday sale and then I can buy it then, because it's going to change a lot of things in this room and make it feel a little bit easier for me to work in. Anyway, I'm yapping. I'm going to go jump in the shower, clean up my space a little bit more because there's a couple things lying around, and then we'll be back. Good morning. Old card over here. And let's see that on a little bit better. We should do the Hello Gorgeous on that side. I don't know if I should overlap this or if, but I wanted to get them off the corner. Yeah. Okay, it is now, hey, it's 10 to 10. I started this vlog at 10 to 10 and it is now 10 to 10. See, look, cowboy time. 10 to 10 to 10 to 10 to 10 to 10 to, anyway. And the live stream is now just finished. We finished our card, which looks amazing, I think. You can see I've got all of the print and cut elements on it with some little jewels, some other fun things at the bottom, and then our texture paste stencil at the back. It's difficult to see on camera, and I suppose with the other stuff, oh, that was very close. With the other stuff covering it, it doesn't look as vibrant and whatnot, but that's kind of the idea. It's supposed to be a background thing. But this is what the space looks like after having created. I had to install my printer because I reinstalled my computer yesterday, as well as do a calibration on my new Joy Extra, because I decided to use the Joy Extra today for the live stream, so it was chaos. We also created 3 of these backing cards, so here you can actually get a better idea of what it looks like. You can see the kind of the texture on the page, which is really nice, and then the mica powders and the colors. This one I did with a blending brush background that I used ink on, and then the one where I didn't use any blending ink on the background looked like that. So depends on what kind of look that you're going for. You know, those are the 2 options of the standard, just the plain backgrounds, and then once you have all the stuff on it, it looks like that. So it's just a nice fun way of combining all the elements. But I will do a brief card with you tomorrow morning, which will be in a moment for you. But I'm going to go to sleep now, go and climb into bed and read, because it's 10 p.m. and I've been working since about 8 a.m., which is very normal for me. But I am going to bed now because I am very overstimulated after doing a live stream. I have a TV in front of me where I read the comments. I have a light in front of me that lights up my face. I have a light above me that lights up my space. I have a light in the ceiling that lights up the room. And I have a light behind me that lights up this side and kind of just evens out the lighting in the room. So It's a lot to take in and to have even until 10 p.m. at night. So I'm gonna go sit in a dark room, read my Kindle on dark mode, and just unwind. And I'll make the card with you tomorrow, which I'm excited about. Good night. Okay, so it is now Thursday afternoon at about 1:15, and I started filming on Tuesday. Honestly, yesterday I woke up with a massive headache and completely ran out of steam. So I just played around with this off camera, which, I mean, you guys would have seen already. And then just potted around on the computer doing some small tasks. I made some gift tags and things like that for some other posts. But I did not want to be on camera yesterday. It's just one of those days, and we all have them, and that's fine. But I'm actually busy with the remainder of the card, and yes, I'm using my Silhouette Cameo. I really like to use my Silhouette Cameo for print and cut, especially when I'm doing, you know, projects like this. Like, the only difference for me in terms of like the end project between the Cricut and the Cameo is being able to show you what is going on. So if I'm doing all of this work off camera, I'm going to use my Cameo. I prefer Silhouette Studio, and you can use up more space on the page. I find it just a lot easier to work with. So I prefer to use Silhouette Studio for, like I said, off camera projects that I know that I can do on my Cricut, but it doesn't matter whether it's done on the Cricut or the Cameo. But now I'm kind of regretting that, because as incredible as Silhouette is with software and all of those kinds of things, I hate the cut settings for cardstock and whatnot. The same cut settings that I can use on my Cricut, I can't use on my Cameo. Like, everything is completely different, and I have to do like 3 or 4 passes on the highest pressure setting in order for it to cut through, whereas this I could cut through with 1 pass on my Cricut. So when it comes to cutting this actual page, I'm now regretting using my Cameo, because now I'm doing like a million different test cuts and I'm not getting the cut setting right. So it is a little bit of a double-edged sword, but what can you do? There's no real thing that I can do to avoid that. And she's loud. She's so much louder than my Cricut. Just listen to this. So I'm going to continue finding the cut settings on this, and then we're going to assemble the card together. I might even try and make a few other ones with some other different elements just for funsies. And that happens. I only lost 1. Now, long story short, but the reason why that happens is because with the silhouette, you can easily cut without a mat, but then you have to lift up this thingy and push these rollers to the one side. So instead of having the rollers stuck in one position, you can move them. But with this particular model, they come loose. So even if you have it in this position and the blade thingy is locked, which it's very difficult to see, but even if it's locked, it still sometimes comes loose. So when your mat is rolling up and down, that thing then slides off and then your mat loses grip. So you've just got to reseat the thingies. You see, even then you can just like move it. I normally move it in so that it takes a while longer to get out, and then you restart. In true recording fashion, I just made this entire card and it wasn't recording. So, I guess I'm just gonna have to make another one for you. But what I did with this card was I took the card front that we made with our stencil and our lunar paste, and I cut it up because there was a bit of a smudge on the inside and I didn't want to use that. I wouldn't want to give that card to anyone. Cut it into triangles and then stuck it onto plain red to break up the color a little bit. Put some foam tape onto the back of my little holiday otter thing of the piece that I actually print and cut, and then added a little banner at the top, also using foam tape to give it a little bit of dimension. I think this card looks super cute, and if you end up making any, I'd love to see them in my Facebook group, so check the link in the description if you want to join there. Share what you made if you made something similar. I also will link everything that I've used in this video down in the description. I will be making more fun cards. If you want to see a more concise tutorial about how to use print and cut with your cards, you'll be able to check out this video and some other cardstock videos. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. It's a lot of fun to craft along with you and kind of chat and, you know, vlog a little bit, but I will see you in the next one. And remember, be kind to someone today. See you soon.